Facebook impact. Media impact. In April 2011, Facebook launched a new portal for marketers and creative agencies to help them develop brand promotions on Facebook. The company began its push by inviting a select group of British advertising leaders to meet Facebook's top executives at an influencers summit in February 2010. Facebook has now been involved in campaigns for True Blood, American Idol, and Top Gear. News and media outlets such as The Washington Post, Financial Times and ABC News have used aggregated Facebook fan data to create various infographics and charts to accompany their articles. In 2012, beauty pageant Miss Sri Lanka Online was run exclusively using Facebook. Economic impact. Facebook Incorporated has utilized growing internet markets using a social media platform to expand its user base while generating billions of dollars in revenue from Facebook's companies. Through empirical findings, economists have been able to identify key areas where Facebook has been able to stimulate economic activity by offering a free public good in that one user will not reduce the amount available to another, while also generating positive externalities. Thus, mobile phone manufacturers and carriers have been beneficiaries of Facebook's spillover effect. 3 distinct areas have been found to add the most economic impact: platform competition, the marketing place, and user behavior data. Facebook's daily active users have increased 18% year-over-year and burgeoning from 1 million users in 2004 to over 1.9 billion in 2017. Facebook began to reduce its carbon impact after being publicly criticized by Greenpeace for its long-term reliance on coal power and consequently high carbon footprint. By the end of 2016, Facebook's total revenue earnings were $27.638 billion, gross profit was $23.849 billion and a net income for the year was $10.188 billion. Facebook provides a development platform for many social gaming, communication, feedback, review, and other applications related to online activities. This open platform of Facebook has spawned many new businesses and added thousands of jobs to the economy. Zynga Incorporated, a leading company in social gaming app development, is an example of those businesses. An econometric analysis studied the impact of Facebook on the economy in terms of the number of jobs created and the economic value of those jobs. The conservative estimate was that the app development platform of Facebook added more than 182,000 jobs in the U.S. economy in 2011. The total economic value of the added employment was about $12 billion. Social impact. Facebook has affected the social life and activity of people in various ways. Facebook allows people using computers or mobile phones to continuously stay in touch with friends, relatives and other acquaintances wherever they are in the world, as long as there is access to the internet. It has reunited lost family members and friends. It allows users to trade ideas, stay informed with local or global developments, and unite people with common interests and/or beliefs through open, closed and private groups and other pages. Facebook's social impact has also changed how people communicate. Rather than having to reply to others through email, Facebook allows users to broadcast or share content to others, and thereby to engage others or be engaged with others' posts. Facebook has been successful and more socially impactful than many other social media sites. David Kirkpatrick, technology journalist and author of The Facebook Effect, believes that Facebook is structured in a way that is not easily replaceable. He challenges users to consider how difficult it would be to move all the relationships and photos to an alternative. Facebook has let people participate in an atmosphere with the over-the-backyard fence quality of a small town, despite the move to larger cities. As per Pew Research Center survey, 44% of the overall U.S. population gets news through Facebook. Emotional health impact. Facebook, and social media in general, has received significant media coverage for negative emotional health impacts. Studies have shown that Facebook causes negative effects on self-esteem by triggering feelings of envy, with vacation and holiday photos proving to be the largest resentment triggers. Other prevalent causes of envy include posts by friends about family happiness and images of physical beauty. Such envious feelings leave people lonely and dissatisfied with their own lives. A joint study by 2 German universities discovered that 1 out of 3 people were more dissatisfied with their lives after visiting Facebook, And another study by Utah Valley University found that college students felt worse about their own lives following an increase in the amount of time spent on Facebook. In a presentation by California State University psychology professor Larry D. Rosen, he notes that teenagers using Facebook exhibit more narcissistic tendencies, while young adults show signs of antisocial behavior, mania, and aggressiveness. However, he also found positive effects from Facebook use, including signs of virtual empathy towards online friends and helping introverted persons learn social skills. He said that while nobody can deny that Facebook has altered the landscape of social interaction, particularly among young people, we are just now starting to see solid psychological research demonstrating both the positives and the negatives. In a blog post in December 2017, the company pointed to research that has shown passively consuming the news feed, as in reading but not interacting, does indeed leave users with negative feelings afterwards, whereas interacting with messages points to improvements in well-being. TechCrunch noted that CEO Mark Zuckerberg had said in a recent earnings call that time spent is not a goal by itself. We want the time people spend on Facebook to encourage meaningful social interactions. Political impact. In February 2008, a Facebook group called 1 Million Voices Against FARC organized an event in which hundreds of thousands of Colombians marched in protest against the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, better known as the FARC, from the group's Spanish name. In August 2010, one of North Korea's official government websites and the official news agency of the country, Urminzokri, joined Facebook. During the Arab Spring, many journalists made claims that Facebook played a major role in generating the 2011 Egyptian revolution. On January 14, the Facebook page of We Are All Khalid said was started by Wael Ghonim create event to invite the Egyptian people to peaceful demonstrations on January 25. According to Mashable, in Tunisia and Egypt, Facebook became the primary tool for connecting all protesters and led the Egyptian government of Prime Minister Nassif to ban Facebook, Twitter and other websites on January 26 and ban all mobile and internet connections for all of Egypt at midnight January 28. After 18 days, the uprising forced President Mubarak to resign. In Bahrain uprising, which started on February 14, 2011, Facebook was utilized by the Bahraini regime as well as regime loyalists to identify, capture and prosecute citizens involved in the protests. A 20-year-old woman named Ayat Al-Kermetsi was identified as a protester using Facebook, taken from her home by masked commandos and put in prison. In 2011, Facebook filed paperwork with the Federal Election Commission to form a political action committee under the name FBPAC. In an email to The Hill, a spokesman for Facebook said Facebook Political Action Committee will give our employees a way to make their voice heard in the political process by supporting candidates who share our goals of promoting the value of innovation to our economy while giving people the power to share and make the world more open and connected. During the Syrian civil war, the YPG, a libertarian army for Rojava, has recruited Westerners through Facebook in its fight against ISIL. Dozens have joined its ranks for various reasons from religious to ideological. The Facebook page's name, the Lions of Rojava, comes from a Kurdish saying which translates as a lion is a lion, whether it's a female or a male, reflecting the organization's feminist ideology. United States. Facebook's role in the American political process was demonstrated in January 2008, shortly before the New Hampshire primary, when Facebook teamed up with ABC and St. Anselm College to allow users to give live feedback about the back-to-back January 5 Republican and Democratic debates. Facebook users took part in debate groups on specific topics, voter registration, and message questions. Over 1 million people installed the Facebook application US Politics on Facebook in order to take part, and the application measured users' responses to specific comments made by the debating candidates. This debate showed the broader community what many young students had already experienced. Facebook is a popular and powerful new way to interact and voice opinions. A poll by CBS News, The Wire and the Chronicle of Higher Education claim to illustrate how the Facebook effect has affected youth voting rates, support by youth of political candidates, and general involvement by the youth population in the 2008 election. The new social media, such as Facebook and Twitter, made use first of the personal computer and the Internet, and after 2010 of the smartphones to connect hundreds of millions of people, especially those under age 35. By 2008, Politicians and interest groups were experimenting with systematic use of social media to spread their message among much larger audiences than they had previously reached. By the 2016 election, political advertising to specific segments of the population had become normalized, with Facebook offering the most sophisticated targeting and analytics platform in relation to other social media. Facebook is having an impact on local government as well. Justin Smith, a Colorado sheriff, uses Facebook to disseminate his ideas on matters relating to local, state, and national concerns. He also publicizes crimes, particularly those that his department solves. He has 7,000 followers on the social medium, considered a large number. Smith said that he rarely goes out in public when I don't get feedback from folks. Facebook is an interesting tool because I think it holds candidates and elected officials more accountable. Voters know where someone stands. According to the Investor's Business Daily, in 2012, the Obama campaign encouraged supporters to download an Obama 2012 Facebook app that, when activated, let the campaign collect Facebook data both on users and their friends. Carol Davidson, the Obama for America, OFA, former director of integration and media analytics, wrote that Facebook was surprised we were able to suck out the whole social graph, but they didn't stop us once they realized that was what we were doing. As American political strategists turn their attention to the 2016 presidential contest, they identify Facebook as an increasingly important advertising tool. Recent technical innovations have made possible more advanced divisions and subdivisions of the electorate. Most important, Facebook can now deliver video ads to small, highly targeted subsets. Television, by contrast, shows the same commercials to all viewers, and so cannot be precisely tailored. In October 2018, the Daily Telegraph reported that Facebook banned hundreds of pages and accounts which it says were fraudulently flooding its site with partisan political content, although they came from the US instead of being associated with Russia. 2016 United States elections. A Russian company bought more than $100,000 worth of Facebook ads during the 2016 presidential election. Special counsel Robert Mueller contacted Facebook subsequently to the company's disclosure that it sold ads to a Russian spy agency linked company, Internet Research Agency, and the Menlo Park-based company has pledged full cooperation in Mueller's investigation, and began with providing all information about the advertisement buys by the Russian government, including the identities of the individuals and companies who made the purchases. The Daily Beast reports that Russia used Facebook events to organize anti-immigrant rallies on U.S. soil. Facebook has concluded that a 225,000-member anti-immigrant group that attempted to organize anti-Clinton rallies in Texas during the 2016 presidential campaign was likely operated out of Russia. Business Insider reports. Russians also staged anti-Trump rallies in November 2016 and bought a Black Lives Matter Facebook ad during the 2016 campaign. ProPublica also reported on how Facebook enabled advertisers to reach Jew haters. Facebook enabled advertisers to direct their pitches to the news feeds of almost 2,300 people who expressed interest in the topics of Jew hater, how to burn Jews, or history of why Jews ruin the world. As of mid-September 2017, Facebook still does not know the extent of Russia's advertisement purchases during the 2016 election, or whether these unidentified ad buys are still on the site. A Facebook spokesman told CNN that there was no sales support. A company representative would not elaborate when asked by Business Insider if it plans to change its ad sales policy. The Wall Street Journal reports that Facebook shared copies of ads and account information related to the Russian ad purchases on its platform with Robert Mueller that go beyond what it shared with Congress last week. Facebook's unusual compliance was in response to search warrants issued by Mueller's federal grand jury. The Financial Times reports that United States Senate Intelligence Committee seeks further information about Russia links with Facebook, and are stepping up the pressure on Facebook as concerns rise about the role the social media network played in Russia's interference in the 2016 presidential election. CNN reports that Facebook handed Russia-linked ads over to Mueller under search warrant. Congressional committees have said Facebook is withholding key information that could illuminate the shape and extent of the Russian propaganda campaign aimed at tilting the U.S. presidential election. The Financial Times reports U.S. lawmakers with access to sensitive intelligence have expressed fears that Russia's campaign to influence U.S. politics via Facebook is continuing today, even as American investigators probe Moscow's use of social media in the 2016 election. Being Patriotic, a Facebook group uncovered by the Daily Beast, is the first evidence of suspected Russian provocateurs explicitly mobilizing Trump supporters in real life. The Washington Post reports Russian operatives used Facebook ads to exploit divisions over black political activism and Muslims. The Russians took advantage of Facebook's ability to simultaneously send contrary messages to different groups of users based on their political and demographic characteristics, and also sought to sow discord among religious groups. Other ads highlighted support for Democrat Hillary Clinton among Muslim women. The ads suggest that Russian operatives worked off of evolving lists of racial, religious, political and economic themes. They used these to create pages, write posts and craft ads that would appear in users' news feeds, with the apparent goal of appealing to one audience and alienating another. Mark Zuckerberg responds to Trump, regrets he dismissed election concerns. The Daily Beast reported that Russians impersonated real American Muslims to stir chaos on Facebook and Instagram, and also that Mark Zuckerberg blew off Russian troll warnings before the attack on America. On November 5, 2017, The New York Times reported that Russian-American billionaire Yuri Milner, who befriended Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg, had between 2009 and 2011 strong Kremlin backing for his investments in Facebook and Twitter. On March 17, 2018, The New York Times and The Observer of London reported a Facebook and Cambridge Analytica data breach in which Cambridge Analytica collected personal information from Facebook users as a basis of crafting political campaigns for whomever purchased their services. As a result, Facebook banned Cambridge Analytica from advertising on its platform. The Guardian reported further that Facebook has known about this security breach for 2 years, but has done nothing to protect its users. Bans and censorship. In many countries, the social networking sites and mobile apps have been blocked temporarily or permanently, including China, Iran, Syria, and North Korea. In May 2018, the government of Papua New Guinea announced that it would ban Facebook for a month while it considered the impact of the website on the country.